And we're back with another video on the DJI RC+2 controller, and last time we covered the quick settings menu, and now we're going to dive into the main settings. Like the last video, we will have chapters in the description if you are looking for something specific. So let's get started. So swiping down, we do have a campus error. It's a little bit of a typo, so we might as well take care of that now. All right, so in order to fix that, what we're going to do is just copy what it's showing us on screen. So we're going to pick it up, just rotate it like that. All right, and that seemed to fix it. And getting back to the settings, under network and internet, we'll just have the network we're on, which is DroneNerds Wi-Fi. If we did have a SIM card, we'd see the mobile settings right here. And just to show you where the 4G dongle is, it would go here in the back. So we're just going to open up the battery compartment and it would actually go right in this spot here. You would just unscrew the two screws here and then the 4G dongle would just plug in right there. Use of the 4G dongle is restricted in the US, but some people online have mentioned using it in their controller for firmware updates and maps, but not for flying with unlimited range. That's more of a restriction set by the FCC rather than DJI itself. Now, under the multi-network settings, you do actually get an eSIM option. Under Hotspot and Tethering, you can actually share data from the controller if you do have a SIM card installed. So click that right here, and that shows your hotspot name, password. You will also get a Bluetooth tethering option along with Ethernet tethering. And here under Advanced, you can also add a VPN, a private DNS, or change more Ethernet settings. And those are the settings right here. Under connected devices, you'll find things like your phone or earbuds or AirPods that you can connect to your controller. To pair a new device, you'll just press this here and any available devices will show up. Just make sure the device you're trying to pair is in pairing mode and you're good to go. And under apps and notifications, you'll just get to see which apps you've used. The RC+2 does operate off an Android-based operating system, and DJI didn't lock it down quite as much as their consumer models. So we do get a Firefox browser which will act just like the browser on your phone. That means you can download third-party apps via the browser or microSD card, but DJI does state this is done at your own risk. Now for the battery, you do get 3.8 hours of runtime and another 3.2 hours if you have the external battery, the WB37. The external battery you can find right here, pop that button there, and there's the external battery. So that's 7 hours of battery, which should get you through most workdays. Also, what's nice is being able to see approximately how long your battery will last based on your usage. So in this instance, the battery should last to about 5:30 a.m. And under this menu, you can toggle the battery percentage. So that is right here. And you can also see when the last full charge was. And if you are running low on battery, you will also get an option to turn on the battery saver. As for the display, it is a screen with 1400 nits of brightness, and it does seem to work pretty well in the sun. And also under this menu, you do get adaptive brightness, so that'll just change depending on your environment. And as for the wallpaper, you get a gallery, so you can either add screenshots that you've previously had, any pictures you want to add from a microSD card, you can add that there. And screen timeout can be set anywhere between never and 30 minutes. And for the HDMI, it is a full-size HDMI port, which is nice. So you'll find that right here. And if you do have an HDMI cord plugged in, you'll be able to see the different resolutions that you can set it at. So under sound, you can set the volume, but you also get do not disturb, so you can change those settings there. But you also get a lot of different notification sounds, and you can even add your own notification down below. And you can do the same with the default alarm sound as well. So you've got tons of options, or you can just leave it at default. And screen recording with audio, I can't change that setting now because I'm currently screen recording. I typically leave that on because during your screen recordings, you can always add extra commentary or reminders, and you can always use that information later. For storage, you can see how much memory you have left on the controller, so it starts with 128 gigabytes, but you can always add more with the microSD card. Permission Manager just shows what permissions your various apps have, and also whether or not you want to show the passwords as you type them. And speaking of passwords, we're just going to jump down to security where you can actually set a screen lock. So we're just going to go there now to security, and this is where you can set a screen lock. So right now there isn't one, but if you want to set one, you do have to follow this criteria. So it's not just a simple digit pin. Okay, and then going back to the screen where we just were, and if you have any credentials, you can install them via the micro SD card. Your accounts will show up here, and you can also add some additional ones if you have them. You can also set the time zone or use 24-hour format. And if you are having issues with the controller, or maybe you're just transferring the controller to another person, you can also reset the settings or do a factory reset. That will clear everything, so make sure you have everything you need backed up beforehand. And with the navigation switch, you can actually use the 5-direction button to navigate through the menus. So that could come in really handy if you're working with, let's say, thick gloves or working in a wet, rainy environment where you're having a hard time using the touchscreen. Now you can't go back with this, but you can use the physical back button on the controller itself. And you also get the option to keep an app running even when the screen is turned off. So let's try that out. So we're gonna just go over to the gallery. All right, so we're just going to play a video here just to test this out. And also double pressing the back button will bring you back to the main screen. And under devices, you'll just have your controller info like the name and the model. And also, if you do scroll to the bottom, if you repeatedly press the build number, you will actually get into developer settings. So if you don't know what you're doing, I don't necessarily recommend that, but if you do, that is how you get there. And you also do get a quick start guide for your controller. Now it is kind of more of a streamlined version of what we're doing. So you do get a few things, you get the basics to get you up and running, but it's not going to be super detailed. Well, we've made it to the end of the video, so next we're going to jump into the buttons of the controller itself, and there are a lot. So if you want to get notified when that video comes out, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.